Hiya, homies! We are waiting for some people to get in here for a homie hangout. This is the mall. Welcome to the mall. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while since we've been to the mall. But hey, here in virtual Toonland, we can go to the mall whenever we want. And I'm always hanging around Video Rewind and Toys and Stuff, two of my favorite stores of all time. That is correct. I meant two of our favorite stores of all time. Yep, Jiggy comes in here and shops with me any chance he gets. Oh, we got some comments already. We got Galaxy Unicorn Art says, "Hi, Cade." And Callie Hawkins says, "Hey there, homies." Hiya, homies. I'm so glad you guys could make it. And we are coming to you live from Twitter, which I refuse to call X, YouTube, Facebook, and our Facebook group, Cartoon Commotion Homies. If you're here, let me know in the comments because we're going to have a homie hangout and we're going to revisit the episodes, one episode from today and one episode from last weekend. So we had a community vote. We said, hey, do you guys want to watch or hang out in a homie hangout this weekend, or would you rather do it next weekend? Because this weekend is Christmas Eve weekend, and they were all like, yes, next weekend. I was down for that because, get to hang out, chillax, and but now it's New Year's Eve weekend, so it worked out. But it is now officially New Year's Eve weekend, and New Year's Eve is tomorrow, so Happy New Year, everyone, in the homie hangout. We got, again, Galaxy Unicorn Art is still here with us. Mr. B-Man is here with us now. Anybody else joining in, let me know you're here. I want to roll the latest episodes of Cartoon Commotion, but I don't want to do that if we don't have everyone here, because we're going to talk about this. We're going to discuss this together. So let me know if you're here in the comments section. And then when we're done with that, we're going to go over to Facebook social medias, and we're going to go through specific posts, and we're going to discuss them. We're going to discuss them, and we're gonna write comments there. It's going to be fun. That's always fun. We did that last time. We did that for the first time, really, and it was hilarious. There was this whole thing where one guy sold his Optimus Prime so that he could go to college. But then he got back in touch with me, guys. He said that he got his Optimus Prime back because of college. So look at that. It went full circle. Matthew Carter says, "Hey, Cartoon Commotion, I hope you enjoyed your Christmas." I did indeed. He says, "I've been watching clips of Bill and Ted the Animated Series. Looking forward to watching your analysis of the cartoon. It'll be great." Oh, thank you so much, Matthew Carter. Yeah, normally we don't want to venture off of topic, but I'm going to allow that because I did announce earlier today on Facebook that we're going to be analyzing Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures next month, as it says in the scrolling banner beneath me. Check that out. This episode, Optimus Prime. Next episode, you see that? That's a new feature we got going on here. So, all right, with that, we don't have everyone in here that I'd like to be in here just yet. John Ellis has not yet arrived. I do believe he plans to be here, but I know he's seen the episode, and quite a few others. There was this guy, Jerry. Yeah, Jerry commented on our previous episode, and he was like, "Oh, dang it, I missed it." So I reached out to him. I'm like, "Hey, man, we're gonna go live again, so I hope you can make it this time." He's a huge Transformers fan, so I'm gonna go ahead and mute up, and I'm gonna mute my background noise here. And we're going to watch the first episode that I have for you today. The bonus episode, just so you know, as it says here in the scrolling banner, is 5 insane Mr. T cartoon moments. That is just pure comedy. I think you're going to get a kick out of it. All right. So again, I'm going to mute up, and here we go.
Hang on to your dreams, Chip. The future is built on dreams.
Whoa, I never get tired of Prime's awe-inspiring words of wisdom. I'm sure you could agree that Optimus Prime is the best space dad. Am I right, homie?
Sure? I guess you could call him something like that.
Well, I mean, like a father figure, someone to look up to and want to be more like.
I've heard peeps say that he's something special, but I don't really get it.
But what about that clip that we just watched with Chip holding on to your dreams? Didn't that connect with you?
Could you run that by me one more time?
Oh, we'll do you one better, homie. Let's rewind, relive, and reflect on the best space dad of all time, Optimus Prime, right after this killer track.
Let's go back in time. We can just hit rewind. What a terrific notion. It's cartoon commotion.
There's a gnarly amount of reasons why we would consider Optimus Prime the most ultra-magnificent, all-time greatest space dad ever. But, let's break it down and zone in on just 3 major key points. For one thing, Prime took his role as the leader of the Autobots most heinously, with Mondo levels of heart and care. And not just emotionally either. In the first miniseries, Episode 3, Prime worked with his recon droid Roller to check in on a situation going on inside this mine shaft that was about to explode. In the process, it did indeed explode, and he was sent rolling down that hill in that massive explosion. The whole time, all he could think about was the safety of Roller.
Roller!
Well, Roller was just fine, but Prime was so dinged up that he was struggling just to transform back into his robot mode. That explosive crashing against the rocks took a lot out of him. You said it, Chiggy. The reforming of his robot mode looked incredibly painful. It was all shaky and jittery, and I was hurting for him. But even still, he managed to reform and get back to work, keeping his team on task and all right. Even though he went through all that, he'd be willing to risk his life all over again, always putting the well-being of others before himself. Like in the 3-part miniseries The Ultimate Doom. Oh, that was so Mondo radical that it could have been its own blockbuster movie. The Earth was in total cataclysmic torture, because Megatron and his vile crew of Decepticons created a space bridge teleportation device that pulled their home planet of Cybertron right next to the Earth. Kinda like a second moon.
That's no moon.
Only a lot bigger. You don't need to be a rocket surgeon to realize that this would create some Mondo major problemos for the Earth and all life on it. The situation was dire. Megatron seemed to be winning the fight and escaping to Cybertron unscathed. Prime's first priority, you would think, would be the preservation of all Autobots, but his priority in this situation was how the global tidal wave approaching could destroy almost all human life. Zone in for a sec on that line. Here it is.
That tidal wave will destroy human life across the face of the globe.
And then Ironhide chimed back that it wouldn't be very good for them either. In the end, it was Spike the Human who came up with the way to save the Earth. Pause for a sec, homie. Just so you know, we did an episode on Transformers and humanity. That came out before this one, and highlights the value of humanity in the series. Okie doke, now resume.
Alright, so he puts others before himself and humanity before his own team. But, I'm still not sure I can really see him as my space dad.
Hang on a second there, homie. There's more to cover. You just brought us into our second point. Smack talk. Correctamundo, Jiggy. This is the ultimate form of my dad could totally beat up your dad. Prime calls Megatron out at nearly every encounter they have. Optimus in the first miniseries tells Megatron that he's old and heading for the scrap heap.
You're old, Megatron. Yesterday's model, ready for the scrap heap.
Prime is a great fighter, but he's even better a smack talker. The power of Prime's voice is really the heart of his character, and this smack talk only makes us want to root for his character even more. Not to mention that he turns out to be quite the basketball player. Not only can he throw out the smack talk, he can dish it out on the court too. Prime's words would always cut through the noise of hopelessness with loads of encouragement and guidance, telling his fellow Autobots, we must not ignore the danger, we must conquer it. On a less serious note, but nowhere less impactful, let's return to where this journey all started. Through many trying times, Prime was found consoling children that would come alongside the Autobots who believed in Prime's unifying mission of peace almost as much as he did. Now, in the climax of episode 24, there lies an unforgettable exchange that simply can't be ignored. Chip, our wheelchair-bound friend, tight with Spike and the Autobots, was wishing for the mighty Devastator to flip sides, ditch the Decepticons, and join the Autobots permanently. But Devastator, no. He was steadfast as a brick wall and had zero plans for a change of heart. Chip told Prime that it was probably just a dumb old dream anyhow, and Prime replied,
Hang on to your dreams, Chip. The future is built on dreams.
It's ultra clear that Optimus Prime personally felt what Chip was feeling in that moment. You see, he wished for a day where all innocent life, all sentient beings, could live together in peace. Sadly, his efforts were constantly thwarted by minds that were so tainted by evil they would choose not to change. Optimus truly comprehended the major struggle that Chip was dealing with in that scene. He wouldn't see Chip ditching his dreams that Optimus personally identified with. He too held on to his own dream. His righteous pep talk was like a mirror image of his own tireless determination to see his mission through to the end.
Your case has been made very clear. I've seen the evidence, and yeah, okay, he's my space pops.
Excellent! I probably shouldn't mention this now, but all that bond building was only leading up to his tragic death in the Transformers movie. The movie hit theaters with a Mondo Ultra devastating kick to the face of our fandom. A ton of Autobots we bonded with over time were killed off due to the greedy corporate move by Hasbro to refresh the brand. But what Hasbro could never see coming was the crushing backlash of loyal fans who were absolutely devastated by the death of their space dad, Optimus Prime.
Ah, dude, and I felt like I was just starting to really get to know Prime.
Oh, but Prime never really died.
Say what?
Homie, if you're new here, thanks for hanging with us. If you want more of this sort of content, click subscribe and like. Alrighty, that was the new episode. Let me know in the comments, the live chat here, what you thought of it. If there's anything more that you'd like to dig into in terms of Optimus Prime's character, let me know. That would be excellent, because with that, I could form perhaps even a brand new piece of content for you. But that is just the start of what we have to offer you tonight. We also did a bonus episode, came out earlier today, called 5 Insane Moments in Mr. T's Cartoon. So let me get that ready for you. Let's see. I click present here, and then we're going to add another video. Now, this has no relevance to Optimus Prime. So go ahead and drop those Optimus Prime dad comments in the live comment section, and we'll get back to that, okay? We're not done with that. But being that this was a delayed live hangout, I really wanted to share, this other episode that we did, because it's a lot of fun, and getting those live reactions is always fun to do that with you guys. So let's see. You gotta go back to complete episodes, and here it is. T's personal brand goes so far beyond his role in the A-Team, his larger-than-life character had even larger-than-life moments in animation. So Jiggy and I thought we would put together the top 5 most insane moments of Mr. T's cartoon. Right now we're only gonna tackle the first season, but keep it locked, homie, because there were 3 seasons. Rewind, relive, reflect on the epicness that was Mr. T's cartoon in a
Cartoon Commotion!
Rewind with us to the 80s and make sure you bring us a big old box of Mr. T cereal, cause it's tea time, dudes! You see what I did there? Tea time? Did you catch that? What do you mean it wasn't funny? I thought it was a primo pun! Hey, well, you can be a real ham sometimes yourself, Jiggy. Okay, moving right along already. Counting backwards from 5, our top most insanely superhuman moment is gonna be in our number 1 spot. Moment number 5 happens in the episode titled Mystery on the Rocky Mountain Express, Episode 4. In the baddie's hideout, T had to jump some goons that were up to no good. The standard biological virus terrorist situations that gymnastic teams usually have to deal with. Anyways, Mr. T kicks out a solid wood handrail going down a set of stairs, leaping from them like a human kangaroo. While he does have a strong set of morals, he doesn't let handrail safety come between him and busting the bad guys. In episode 8, we get our moment number 4. Mr. T bends solid steel bars in a prison just to prove that he could escape from there anytime he wants. No, Jiggy, this is just his natural abilities as a gymnastics coach. He wasn't experimented on or exposed to radiation or anything like that as far as I know. He bent those bars like they were a Stretch Armstrong just to prove his innocence.
Yeah, I could, but I respect the law in any country. Escaping would make me look guilty, and I'm innocent.
There was this whole phony arrest made saying that he stole a priceless artifact called the double-edged dagger. Yeah, that was wonky. The third of T's most wonkiest, most adrenaline-pumped, out-of-sight moments we have for you from Season 1 comes from Episode 11. Mr. T flipped a bear with nothing but the strength of his own 2 legs. This bear was attacking those gymnastic kids that T hangs with, so he put the kibosh on chow time for that fuzzy wuzzy. T was tossed to the ground and nearly flattened. As the bear launched itself into a body slam, T lifted his legs and with a super swipe, he kicked that bear into a pile of junk. From that point, it was pretty easy to get the bear to submit to his authority.
Okay, bear, back to your cage.
Now that's how you handle a real-life bear attack. You know, Jiggy, I'm not sure why more people don't do this. That's a radically excellent point, little bud. Homies in the audience, have you ever tried this bear fighting tactic? Let us know how that worked out for you. Moving on, episode 12, Fade Out at 50,000 feet, brings us to our second moment out of 5. If you thought wrestling a bear was downright insane, well, buckle up, because in this episode, Mr. T wrestled with a forklift and won. He literally took it by the forks and pushed it into submission barehanded. Nothing between him and death but a chain link fence and his muscles. And those muscles won. Our ultra number 1 big moment comes from the Ninja Mystery episode, episode 7. And man, oh man, this one takes the cake for the first season. Mr. T thwarting the film piracy of a ninja in a Hollywood movie. Yes, you heard me right, a ninja pirate of a different kind. Swiping the film reel of a Tom Selleck lookalike actor's big-time production. After T and his crew solved the whole ridiculous mystery thing, they set a trap. Mr. T waited for the ninja to gank the film reel from the hotel safe. When the ninja came in after him, he tried to lock T in the vault. But Mr. T was able to knock the giant solid steel safe door right off its hinge with a single kick. It was Superman levels of rad-tastic. This is what the cartoon could do that the A-Team just physically couldn't. It took his larger-than-life character and pushed it to unreal limits. It's both strange and impressive. Remember, homie, embrace the cheese of the 80s. This cartoon was very strange at times, but that's part of what makes it so strangely special. Characters like these were an inspiration to all of us, and cartoons of the time only made them more epic by enhancing the personalities and character strengths, having them do what felt impossible to all of us to help you feel like you could also do the impossible. You got that right, Jiggy. Now we're encouraging you to look at everything you've got to tackle in your day-to-day life with the strength, determination, and energy of Mr. T. Why would anybody piggy the fool? That's not what that means. No, I'm positive that it was pity. He said pity the fool. That was like his catchphrase. And I pity the fool who doesn't follow cartoon commotion. So share this with a homie who needs a little more Mr. T in their lives, and really, who doesn't? Oh, thank you very much, Jiggy. I did work hard to slip in that little call to action right there. Play us out, buddy. Alrighty, and that episode did get a few comments here. Let's check this out. We got... Right here, Matthew Carter said, I've Mr. T, so I've got Mr. T, the animated series, season 1 on DVD. It's great. Yeah, it is a really good show. I mean, despite all this goofiness, it's a lot of fun. I really like that series. I believe that there were a few episodes that they slipped in with just phenomenal writing. It's crazy. Because, you wouldn't expect that. The rest of the series was very wonky and strange, and yet there's a few episodes in there with some great writing. Carla Edgin says, a bear? Yes. Yes, indeed, Carla Edgin. He did wrestle a bear. And it was fantastic. Mr. B-Man says, just playing Justin Bieber music will cause a bear to run away. Yeah, that's true, but is it really as cool looking as Mr. T lifting his legs up in the air to swipe a bear into a pile of junk? I think not. SNES Jerry, yes, I was hoping that you would come in and you would leave a comment, and you did. You left a comment. Prime is a better dad than my parents combined. Okay, all right. That's a phenomenal comment. Kind of sad, but also kind of hilarious. Yeah, the Garter says, I pity the fool who don't eat my cereal. From Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yes, of course, I know the scene you were speaking of. He poured the cereal over all of those pancakes. Now, back on the subject of Prime being a good space dad, we have a couple more comments. One in particular here says, hey, Cartoon Commotion, I have some audio CDs of the Bible. Very cool. Imagine if Peter Cullen were to narrate the Bible. He'd use his regular voice as the prophets like Moses, Joshua, Joseph, and Abraham, and he'd use his prime voice as the Almighty. What say you to that? I mean, it would sound really captivating. It would. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to hear it. I don't see why not. Oh, SNES Jerry says, oops, forgot to add, just kidding. It's cool, man. It's cool, it's funny. Oh, Carla Edgen says, when did the cartoon air? Which one in particular? The Transformers or Mr. T? I believe you're talking about Mr. T, and I believe that was 1984. I could be wrong, it could be 83. But I know it was around 84. SNES Jerry says, I'm busy trying to get the Cybertron trilogy games working on my PC. Well, I hope that you can get it working, man. Amazon still has 2 and 3 for sale. Wait, what? Are we talking about those games? Or are we talking... What are we talking about, Jerry? Jerry, clue me in on what that means. You know what? I'm going to verify that for you, Carla Edgen, real quick. Let me see. Mr. T. Cartoon. That was 83. So I was close. I thought it was 84, but it is 83. And that had 3 seasons. I knew that much. Alright. Nope. Jerry was talking about the games. No problem, Jerry. No problem. That's cool, man. Cybertron trilogy. That would be what, the War of Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and I don't remember the last one. Was it like Rise of Cybertron? Those games look like fun. I would probably enjoy playing those games. Okay, while we're waiting on some more comments to generate around either of these episodes, which, you know, feel free to let me know how I did with these episodes, if there's anything more that you'd like us to do in these episodes. Yes, Jiggy, I did say us because we both worked on... Yes, he did extensive research alongside me. We were a team in this effort. Anywho, let's go on over to socials, and starting with the actual video page on YouTube, we've got some epic comments here from... Oh, look at that! SNES Jerry! He's right here. Although G1 shows its age, it's still a classic. Could not agree more. And then Demon Strike 13, who is actually Andrew Christensen, left some epic comments on both this episode and our previous episode. So I'm gonna go ahead and read both of these. Sorry I caught this episode a few days late. Really good one. Optimus Prime is indeed a great father figure, which is exactly what we're going for. Father figure, how he acts, fatherly, all that. Hasbro had no idea how great of a character they had. They really didn't. With his death, that whole deal. They had no idea what they had. He's easily an 80s icon. Too true. Too true. Think about this. They killed him off, and yet at the same time they were selling Halloween costumes. Like, who? What? Why? How could you... What made you think that killing off this character that's so popular was such a good idea? But, you know, in the age where they didn't have access to immediate fan feedback, they had no idea what was working and what wasn't working on that scale. They only knew what was selling and what wasn't selling. So, in all fairness, you can't hate them entirely. They made a fluke. They made a misstep. And they were forced to correct that misstep in the end, and we can visit that in depth later on with the fact that Optimus Prime isn't really dead. Alright, we got some more comments. Mostly from Jerry. That's cool, man. Rise of the Dark Spark is the third one. Oh, okay, so I was close in the game titles. What do you think the Transformers would look like out of the vehicles? Oh, like as people? Oh, there was an episode of, like, I believe it was, like, Season 3 with, Rodimus and all that. There was an episode where, old Snake came over and they had this whole, thing go down. It was funny. It was a very funny situation. Matthew Carter says, if Spider-Ham and your Jiggy Pig were to duke it out, who would be victorious? That is very off-topic, and I will entertain it temporarily. Jiggy? I'm biased. It would be Jiggy. Mr. B-Man says, it's cool to know that Mr. T is a Christian and that he is still making a positive impact. Amen to that. He is doing an excellent job just being an inspiration for other people. And these, you know, that's the thing, is like, he has always been a role model. He's always been an 80s action hero, and he will forever be that 80s action hero icon. Wilfredo, how you doing? He says, who was your fave Transformer besides Optimus? I'm a big fan of Bumblebee. I really like Bumblebee. Dan Givelsand and his voice for Bumblebee. Also really like, I'm blanking, Ironhide, and how, Peter Cullen switched his voice over for Ironhide, and I'm a fan of Wheeljack and Ratchet. Wheeljack probably a little bit more than Ratchet just because of his inventiveness and how creative he is. And yeah, I gotta do a quick shout out here. There's another channel going around right now talking about Transformers, and it's just at the perfect time, man, because we're talking about Transformers here. It's crazy. It's just perfect coincidence going on. That would be Serial Geek TV with James Etok. He did 50 Things of Optimus Prime episode, and then he did an episode, I say episode, but like video on YouTube. He also did another episode on a live script reading from the original, the G1 series. And it was Prime was there, and he would switch over, I say his name like it's Prime. Peter Cullen was there, and he would switch over for Ironhide, and Don Messick would switch between Ratchet and that other guy he played one other character, and I can't remember. And Scatman Crothers was having such a hard time doing his lines for Jazz. It was hilarious. Jazz is a lot of fun too. Like, he's a fun character. I guess my favorite Transformers are like all the original from the original cast, and then like a few that we got like as it kept coming through. Oh, we got a lot of comments here. Sorry guys, I got really into that. Okay, Sherry Edgen says, hey, how's it going, Cartoon Commotion? How's it going yourself? It's been forever. Where you been? Callie Hawkins says, oh, hello, Sherry Edgen. Carla Edgen says, with banjo powers. Yes, Jiggy has Mondo magical banjo powers. We actually have a clip of him performing real quick. Hang on. Yes, Jiggy has Mondo Major Banjo powers. Alrighty. Carla Edge says Bumblebee was my favorite. Bumblebee is everyone's favorite, except people who hate him, which, you know, makes me confused. I posted a GIF of Bumblebee getting hit in the head to Twitter, and somebody was just like, "That bot deserves every whack he gets." What's your deal, man? Why do you hate Bumblebee? What's wrong with Bumblebee? I don't know if like there's some side of the world where everybody hates Bumblebee or whatever, but yeah, you guys let me know. All right, Galaxy Unicorn Art says, "Hey, superfan Sherry. Nothing can beat." Sherry Edgen says nothing can. I believe she says beat. She said B, but nothing can beat Optimus Prime. He was cool, the coolest. Radtastic. Matthew Carter says, "Have you watched the Mad TV segment with Mr. T where he says he needs work? It's called The New Adventures of Mr. T." I have not. That sounds like it would be funny, and it would be fun to share with my friend Jay. Where are we? We're getting kind of swamped here. Sherry Edgen is probably having a battle in the comment section right now. It's not a war, guys. Oh, this is funny. Mr. V-Man says, "I always wanted a Transformer toy." That sounds so, like, when you start that comment, man, that makes me hurt for you. I want to go out and get you a Transformer right now, man. It was so cool that you could actually make the transform. Yeah, man, that's like the whole the concept right there, man. Oh man, Mr. B-Man, what's a transformer that you always wish you could have had all for yourself? Just name one. Sherry Edgen says, "I was in the Bahamas. Sorry I missed your earlier shows." Man, you have an adventurous life. Alrighty then. They didn't have Wi-Fi over there? Alrighty. Sherry Edgen, Jiggy has been on form on from the beginning of this show. Yeah. Oh, is Jiggy with us tonight? Yeah, he's actually in the little. I'm sorry. Let me remove this from the screen, and then your comment. And see, there's Jiggy right there. And Jiggy did a little song earlier, didn't you, Jig? That would be affirmative. So yeah, Jiggy's here with us. And if you got questions, we'll tag team it. Wilfredo says, "Got Kingdom Ultra Magnus for Christmas." Oh, cool, man. I don't. Oh, Beast. Is that like? What was that called? It was like Beast Kingdom or Fallen. What was that? What was the title of that one? I've seen that in Walmart, I believe. More comments in the going on over here. Okay, we're going back to the internet here. And on the second episode, so the one that came out before last weekend, The Secret Humanity of Transformers. We've got, okay, first, Sherry just says, "Battle, I think not. I'm the super fan. I rise above." You guys. All right. I mean, you're all welcome here, and we do love you being here, Sherry. All right, so we got a new comment here from Andrew. "This was a great video spotlighting not only why the human characters are important, but why humanity itself is important for shows like this." Thank you so much, Andrew. I am so glad that you got that. That's pretty much the whole concept of this episode. The Secret Humanity of Transformers. After watching the other video about Optimus Prime, so this is him going back. He says, "I was thinking about how this character was one of the biggest draws to," I believe he said, he meant the show. Because, his character was one of the biggest draws to the character. I believe he's talking about his personality, like how he is as a character. And ultimately, I think it's because of his strong belief in protecting others as this larger-than-life heroic force. It makes you want to follow along and fight for the same dream. Completely agree. In many ways, Optimus Prime and other heroic characters like him show us the better sides of our own humanity. I can see that, because if you could see parts of Optimus Prime in yourself, then you can be a lot like you could aspire to be that more so. So with that aspiration, you could choose to be a better person. It's very true. Oh, hang on. Here we there he is, little cutie. Sherry Edgin saw the bits with Jiggy in it. That's cool. Oh, Matthew Carter says, can you see Peter Cullen and Frank Welker read the famous fight scene from Happy Gilmore? I guess so. Any more comments, Matthew, on like what this episode is about? All right, we've got Mr. B-Man says, Galaxy has a brobot? Yeah, because she says here, Galaxy Unicorn Art says, love watching Transformers with my bro, but then she put the emoji of the robot. I believe that's to represent Transformers, Mr. B-Man. Okie dokie, now on to Facebook. We got a few tabs open here. These are posts that I've selected and that I'd like us to go through the comments and just comment on, because these are a lot of fun. Alright, so this one is really, really cool. Alan Yuppie's Brick Adventures from December 21st at 6:59. I'm not going to read the time. Why would I read? The prototype of my Lego Optimus Prime version 4 was actually completed last year with some parts off-colored. So before this year comes to an end, I must give this project a proper closure send-off by completing it in the right or correct color. This is my 4th attempt in building Optimus Prime. Yeah, man, version 4 means it's the 4th attempt using Lego. Alright, so is Alan Yuppie aware, though, that there is an actual official Lego Optimus Prime available? Because that's the thing. For more photos, especially transformation steps of this project, visit my blog entry, link below, Rollout. I love the send-off there, Rollout, because he's like just confirming how official he is as a fan. Alrighty, so these are the screenshots that he's got of this Lego Optimus Prime, and I thought it was so stinking cool, I had to share it with you guys. Oh, why is this one like blank? There we go. Yeah, and I don't know why he added this gun to the top. I know that it's supposed to be like his gun, but like, why is it on top? Like, I mean, I guess he could morph it on there. I'm not going to be too critical about that. What do you guys think? I love that this actually transforms. Like, he didn't just build a Lego Optimus Prime that rolls and that you can morph into a full-blown Optimus Prime, like when you're done with it in one form. He made it to where this could actually transform like a Transformer. So I think that's the distinguishing difference between this and, say, the official Lego Transformer Optimus Prime, because the official one is just him standing upright. And I don't know if it might have a Lego rolling like truck, but yeah, this is awesome. And look, that's supposed to be the matrix of leadership right there. I mean, it's for a Lego thing, that's pretty good, especially for if these are just like parts from other things that he combined. It's pretty epic. It's pretty epic. Oh, I love this pose. Very, very cool. So, if you're not following this person, Alan Yuppie's Brick Adventures, check them out. It's pretty sick. Oh, Jared says, have you seen the new Optimus Prime toy where it moves itself? It's awesome, but very pricey. Oh man, it's expensive. Like, it was epic to see, but as soon as I saw the price tag, I'm like, I'm out. I would rather own an original. Oh, Legion of Comics is here. Dude, long time no see. How's it going, homie? Hope you and your family had a fantastic holiday and a happy new year. Dude, I am looking forward to this new year. We're going all out with Cartoon Commotion. We're going to be bringing in some crazy cool content, and I'm so glad that you and everyone here is a part of this journey with me. Thank you so much for your comments and just being here, man. We were just looking at social media. We're doing a live homie hangout where we discuss the episode that came out earlier today, but since we actually pushed this back, we we went back further 1 week and we did 2 episodes. We did this bonus episode from today, and we did the Optimus Prime's Your Space Dad episode. So comments on that are welcome, but also we're going through some Facebook content, just discussing different perspectives on Optimus Prime. And right here from Alan Yuppie's Brick Adventures, we were just looking at this version 4 of an actual transforming Lego Optimus Prime. Check that out, dude. You can actually transform this Lego guy. And this is like from parts that he just had. So it's pretty epic. I had to share that with you guys. Let me know if you found that epic. And if you want to check that out, that's Alan Yuppie's Brick Adventures on Facebook. I'm going to give them a like right now. All right, so over here, we're going to close that one out. We're going to go over here to Holly Bird. So this person, I was just looking up Transformer. I was looking up Optimus Prime on Facebook, and this person's post came up, and I was just like, whoa, that's a wall of text. What is going on here? And after reading through it, I cannot determine if this person is sharing everything that they have previously collected or everything that they have just purchased from this decade. Could you guys help clarify what this person is saying? So she says, well, the 1980s electronics make an appearance. So many, including Teddy Ruxpin. I bought a lot of toys this decade. So the decade of the 80s. And she has purchased these toys, and she lists them in order. And as you get down to 1984, she lists Optimus Prime, Pound Puppies, A-Team Van, R2-D2, and it's ironic that she got the A-Team Van and Optimus Prime at the same time, and we are discussing Optimus Prime and Mr. T. Some strong irony going on here. And she also got R2-D2, Toy Box, and Tonka GoBots. Is she saying Tonka GoBots? I guess it wouldn't matter. So yeah, I cannot determine if she is saying that she bought all of these just recently or not, because this is a massive list, and we got some posts, some pictures. So this is kind of an Instagram layout. So I'm guessing what she's saying here is that these were actually her favorite toys from the 80s. Yep. Anybody want to second that? Because I believe that's what she's saying. Anybody? Going once, going twice. Yeah, you're right, Jiggy. That's what she's saying. Favorite toys from the 80s. That's pretty cool. I mean, just the layout and everything. This whole list thing. It's a little massive, but I'm gonna comment. I'm gonna say, oh, I forgot to comment on that last post. We'll do that later. But for this one, I'll say, I'm gonna copy all that. I'm gonna say, love how you got GoBots and Optimus at the same time. It's like, it's like, strange relatives. Misspelled relatives. Strange relatives getting together for the holidays or something like that. Let me see if we can find GoBots in a GIF here. I love how they transform, because it's just like, in Transformers they transform so cool, but in GoBots it's just like, look at this guy. He's just like, I'm gonna just lay down. I'm gonna lay down, turn into a car. Here we go. Oh, who's with me? The Transformers transformations were way cooler. Okay, next post. Oh, I had to throw this one in here. I had to. Check this out. The original 80s tunes, December 17th, said, Robot Space Dad, aka Peter Cullen, aka Optimus Prime, has been finally honored for his work as our hero. And he really was. Check this out. And the line that he got from his brother, be strong enough to be gentle. I want to unpack that. I want to unpack that. Anybody else want me to unpack that? Please say yes. We got some more comments here. Matthew Carter says, did you have any of the Transformers toys from the 80s like Optimus Prime? I never got an Optimus Prime. I want an Optimus Prime really badly. And it's going to be on my Christmas wish list next year. Galaxy Unicorn Art says, yep, I second that. Oh, to what? To the price of the Optimus Prime that can transform himself? I'm guessing that's what you meant. Mr. B-Man says Transformers did it much better with the transformations. Yes, completely agree. Completely agree. Matthew Carter says, my favorite toys from the 80s are Teddy Ruxpin, Grubby, and Mickey Mouse. While my favorite toy from the 90s is the Talking Robot 2XL. Dude, I had a couple of those recently. Shoulda hit me up sooner. I would have sent them your way. Alright, so the original 80s tunes said that. I must confess, I must have heard Robot Space Dad from the original 80s tunes on or read on Facebook at one point. But I believe that he started something, because there's more about this later. This is just the first post of many. But I'm going to say, much deserved, indeed. Optimus Prime is a legend. From G1 alone. Gotta throw that in there, because G1 is legit. Okay, G1 Transformers. The hugging Bumblebee gif never gets old. On this person. This is the legendary Optimus Prime. Look at that. We need... Oh, that's when he was mind controlled. Need a really good Optimus Prime. This one will work. Post. Okie dokie. And we do have at least 2 people. Sherry Edgen says, yes, unpack. And Galaxy Unicorn says, you got this. And that's actually like an emoji. Okay. Awesome. So there is some want for that. Oh, there's a little conversation going on here. Galaxy Unicorn Art says, I love the 80s My Little Pony in regards to the 80s toys. Yeah, they were cool. And Sherry Agent says, My Little Ponies rock. And she said, is that like it's like a gritting teeth face. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so we got a couple more posts. Here we go. Okay. So let's unpack this real quick. Tony Gong posted this in Transformers Generation 1, G1, the Facebook group. Fantastic group, getting a lot of attention on my Transformers posts over here. He says, Optimus to Hasbro after the movie. And he's talking about the 1986 movie. He says, you could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. And I just want to say, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. They did not realize what they had. And then by the time it was over, he came back. And we're going to explore how Optimus Prime never really died. Yes, I know, Jiggy. Yes, technically he did die. But there's a lot more to unpack there. And Jiggy, who's just yanking my chain right now, he knows that. Come on, bro. You know that. Jiggy, you know there was more to that. It's okay, buddy. I know you're just kidding around. He wanted to get me riled up because, you know, it's no fun if it's just all mellow all the time. We gotta switch things up every now and then. Matthew Carter says, you said the gif on Bumblebee hugging doesn't get old. I'd say the same with the gif of Megatron choking Hot Rod while shooting Prime, saying, fall. Yeah, that was, there's a couple moments where, they did gifs of some very interesting scenes. Alright, so for this one, I'm going to say completely agree. Optimus was the hero that Hasbro didn't recognize they already had. Oh, thumbs up. Yes. Sherry Edgens says that gritting teeth face was actually her Crest white strips. That's funny. Galaxy Unicorn Art seconds that. Galaxy Unicorn Art and Sherry Edgen appear to be a team now. Ooh, I'm a top contributor on this group. That's awesome. See my points. I'm good. I'm good right now. Okay, so back to the original 80s tunes. He shared this on October 13th. And I believe, yeah, it was this year. And he says, I recently saw another nostalgia page called Prime, My Robot Space Dad. LOL, I think I started something. And then he said, this is my phone wallpaper, BTW. That is an excellent wallpaper. I know that he's holding the Matrix of Leadership, but it kind of looks like he's going to throw a basketball. And if I remember correctly, there was a comment down here. Zoe Ashley Watts says, I'm getting basketball slam dunk flies from the post. Yeah, I can totally see what you mean. I thought that was a basketball at first. Let's see, is there a basketball emoji? I believe there's a basketball emoji. Yep. Is there a hoop? There's no hoop. Leave every sports object needs the goal of that object also, just like an arrow has a target, you know? Alright, so what should we comment here? Excellent wallpaper. Comment suggestions are open, by the way. Comment whatever you believe that I should be telling these people, because, I mean, look at this! This is cool! And I do believe that you started something with this Space Dad lingo. Not only does everybody agree to this title normally. If you disagree, let me know. I'm curious. But I've had some convos with homies that shared with me how much of I'm gonna mess this up so bad. Surrogate. No. Surrogate. There it is! Surrogate. Father, he was to them a major father figure. It's pretty epic in retrospect. Yep. And now for this, we need the basketball slam dunk. Basketball Optimus. There it is. But I want the one where it's just him. Do they not have the one where it's just him? I'm gonna have to Google this. This is a good one. But where's... Oh, look at that one. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Okay, well, we're gonna go back and get... that'll do. Just copy that one. I want to get the actual show. That's why I didn't copy the art. Okay, here we go. Post! Wait for that to post, and then we'll go on to the final post of the night. Okay, so this one is going to be a little bit of a discussion, because I'm not really in disagreement with it, but it's not really totally correct either. Simon Madden says, remember Primes died so Duke could live. Yeah, yes and no. Yes and no. In retrospect, they made the decision to keep Duke alive because Prime died. But that changed a lot for that movie. That changed a lot. It made them aware of how much impact a brand has. And it also made them aware how much impact a single character can have in the lives of young ones that look up to them. The writers cared about their story. They really did. They crafted characters. And in the vocal performance as well, they crafted characters that we would connect with, that we would care about, characters that if you invested enough time, you would be in pain when they died. And when Optimus died, it was painful. A lot of us were in just dismay that our hero died. Our hero's gone. But again, I say that Optimus Prime didn't really die, and we will unpack that also. That's for another time. For now, I'm gonna leave you with this. Optimus Prime technically didn't die so that Duke could live. Optimus Prime died strictly for a brand refacing. A total brand refacing. And he died due to corporate greed. It had no genuine attachment to the other. Duke lived because they got smart. Duke lived because they wised up to the fact that these kids care about these characters. These viewers actually care. They are not just watching a toy commercial. But there's something you got to remember about these companies that produce toys and stuff like that. They care more now about the toys they're making. But back then, and building up to these moments, all they cared about were sales. That was it. And so if something wasn't selling enough, that's all it took. They didn't think about it any other way. And that is still a tradition in a lot of media that comes out to TV. A ton of media. I mean, now this show has some mixed feelings, Thundercats 2011. But that show also got canceled due to poor toy sales. And that's all it took. It's a tragedy how toy like that was the reason to keep putting out the art. But at the same time, these stories sold us the toys, and I'm not upset about that, and I hope you aren't either, because that's how we connected with the toys that we would buy. I mean, why else? You buy it just because it can transform into a car, sure, but what you bought it for was the character, was his identity, his personality. That's why we bought Optimus Prime. That's why I want an Optimus Prime still today. Okie dokie, so that is all we got for you tonight. Let me go ahead and remove this. Homie, thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for being here. Sherry Edgen says, great show, Cartoon Commotion, Cade and Jiggy. Can't wait for the next show. And I'm so glad to hear you say that. We are excited to be producing next month. We're going to be talking about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures, the animated series. Because yes, it did have a cartoon. It had 2 seasons. The first season was the best. The second season got weird. The third, yeah, there was a third season, but it wasn't a cartoon. Long story, but we might unpack that too. Thanks for being here, guys. We love having you here. Happy New Year, homies, as Callie Hawkins just said. Happy New Year, homies. Happy New Year once more. We hope that you keep it unreal going into this brand new year. And you keep it unreal tomorrow as you celebrate New Year's Eve.